And I mean, like that, you can see, especially with the hood, the top of the hood, that has changed.
He's a ninja, dude.
Yeah, no, I guess so. Huh? Yeah, it is a ninja hood. It's a way better hood than whatever he was wearing beforehand. That looked like a giant. It looked like Kai Adamundi, but like the forehead had like misshaven slope to the side. You know, Kai Adamundi after a car wreck.
He's gonna jump up, kick back, whip around, and kill some people.
But yeah, I got that. You know, just gonna ignore that.
Not even
when your Ninjago joke doesn't land.
No. Fell pretty hard, made a loud noise, not very ninja-like.
This is what I'm talking about, man. This is why I feel bad all the time.
Oh man, I'm about to make you feel worse.
Oh no.
My Hulkbuster's better than yours.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is.
Has more articulation.
It's a way better value, actually. Yeah, that's for sure. I'll talk about my Hulkbuster in a second. But
yeah, I got this the new retail Hulkbuster
do anything.
for Infinity War. It does something. It you can swing his arm up and down like a Toa.
Wait. Can you bend its elbows?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They're like connected, like in a way that they bend like gorilla arms, or you know. They
No. Oh, yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
I'm looking at other pictures of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's bent to the side.
They bend to the side rather than like up and down, and
okay.
It's weird. The other Hulkbuster set had it like that too, but with that said, I am quite happy with this set.
Why Lego always makes like these mech figures kind of do the little like squatting pose?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You see how like the legs are like he's sitting down almost? Why did they do that?
It's because
they do that for like every other mech.
They can't do knees anymore. There's a conversation that Elder had a while ago for the designer on Twitter where they were basically talking about how the knee joints and everything, they put stress on the knees when they had them. So that's why almost all the mechs now have one part. They don't have posable knees.
Yeah, I figured it must have been just for stability.
Right. And so, but the squatting pose comes from the fact that, like, in order to give the illusion that the mech actually has, like, you know, legs and everything, they design it in a certain way to make it look like it's, you know, the squatting pose is essentially making it look like the legs are doing like a hunch almost.
Yeah, and it's like in a battle pose almost.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a good comparison photo, then.
Yeah, I have a comparison here of the older Hulkbuster set from Age of Ultron, and man, you know, it's funny. I really liked the Age of Ultron Hulkbuster when it first came out, but geez, it looks so dinky compared to the new one.
I know. I'm looking at both of them and like, wow.
It's a very recent set as well. There's a lot of improvement there from Lego. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, like we have like this new Hulkbuster has toes.
Individually moving toes.
Yeah, and there's like way more detail. The forearms have a lot more defined than they were before.
Mm-hmm.
And the head looks better. The shoulders look way better. The whole thing where you fit the minifigure inside the Hulkbusters, there's less space for the minifigure now, but overall it still looks better.
Okay. I mean, if it still fits in there, you know.
Yeah, it still fits.
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, if the minifigure fits, you know.
It doesn't have any feelings, you know. It doesn't get claustrophobic. So
I'm looking at the head print too. There's like more detail to the Iron Man head, like just on the printing on that thing. Overall, it just looks more accurate. I like the original Hulkbuster as well. I bought that set because I like that. But looking at them. Right, like comparing them to each other right now, there's no competition. Honestly, there are so many there's so many things that you notice about even just the way the legs are built. Like it looks like a plastic toy on the first Hulkbuster, and now you're looking at the new one. And it's like, oh yeah, this actually looks a bit more.
Yeah, it's a better plastic toy.
Better plastic toy. 2.0.
It looks like PC versus console or something. It looks like it's just HD.
Yeah, right.
You know, it has more detail and everything.
It's the remastered version.
Yeah, it's great.
On the Switch.
Speaking of
the 4K 60 FPS version.
I also got a Hulkbuster. It was the way more pricier one. Hulkbuster Ultron Edition, the UCS one. Here is a picture of it. And it's pretty cool. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm actually really happy with it. However, gotta mention, there is like no posability on this thing.
Really?
Are you considering modding it to get articulation?
Yes.
Should totally do it.
I am not anyone that's against, or a person that's against modding my sets. So I usually don't, just because usually they're fine. Like there's not really glaring flaws for me, but this one it does kind of have a glaring flaw where you cannot articulate those legs at all. So I will probably end up doing something similar to that.
It does.
Do you have any joints in mind that you're gonna use to give it articulation?
I would imagine I would either use like the racket joint, the one that's using for the thighs, or I would use ball joints with like that CCBS like extender piece that gives it more friction.
The like Brutaka pistons? Oh no, the like small ones with like rubber in them.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Ones that like extend on
that's
the
it,
socket.
The gray ones. Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be enough to keep up 1,300.
I figured it would.
All right. I want to see that. I want to see if that.
I mean, it's worth trying it out. Like I mean, I haven't done it yet. It looks like people are already working on it though, so I might not even need to design my own. I might just use someone else.
Yeah, I think Chubby Bots on YouTube. He just builds mechs all the time. He's really good at that. So I think he's doing like a mod. So he probably figures out something completely.
I really want to make a big Hulk mock to go with it. That's what I want.
Oh yeah,
that would be really cool. That would be really cool.
That is probably my only issue with like the retail Hulkbuster sets. They're both bigger than the Hulk big fig. So it feels like really
isn't it bigger in the movie though?
Yeah, that's how it is in the movie. The Hulkbuster.
Oh really?
Bigger than Hulk. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think it's to a pretty good scale. Like from the clips I saw.
Let's also be aware too that like I mean the Hulk is going to be inside the Hulkbuster in this one. Spoilers for those of you who did not see the Bruce Banner minifigure.
You just threw that out there so casually.
It's not even relevant. He's not in Hulk form while in the Hulkbuster.
No, when I said the Hulk, I was referring to Bruce Banner. I was making a joke on that, or like, haha.
But it doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right, whatever. All right, so the Hulk figure is a little smaller than he is in terms of scale in the movie. But I mean, like, if you look at that screenshot from Age of Ultron, it's pretty clear.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I figured that as much, but I mean, just look at the Age of Ultron set here.
Yeah. No, I see that actually. This set compared to this screenshot from the movie, if you go back and forth, the Hulk is half the height of the Hulkbuster set. In the movie, he's like a head shorter, you know? He's like
I would say he only needs to be a head taller in the set form to really be accurate, but I
don't know, man. I think he's gonna need like 2 heads to be more appropriate in set form.
If he went up, if he came up to, if the top of his head was where in this one the Scarlet Witch, where she is positioned.
No, that'd be too tall. Hulk doesn't reach Hulkbuster's shoulders.
No, Hulk reaches like the part, but where the part of the chest.
He reaches his chest. Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be the part of his chest.
You only need one more head.
No,
okay,
because
sure.
like
I could see that actually. Just one more head, and then he's up to the chest.
What if I could, like broadcast Photoshop on here and kind of like see. Hold up.
Yeah, try it out.
Continue discussion.
Anyway.
Well,
yeah.
So the problem is that you're matching his scale up with the light on the Hulkbuster's chest, but the Hulkbuster's chest, like the light panel, is actually inaccurate on the set than it is in the movie. It's higher up. On the actual Hulkbuster, the light is way further down on the chest, and the back of the torso rises way higher than the head does.
Well, no, I'm not lining him up with the. You're right. The thing is lower, but if you look at your screenshot again, Hulk's head is way above the Hulkbuster's. The Hulkbuster is kind of his belly button, honestly. Like the arc reactor, that's basically his belly button, in terms of proportions. So I'm not necessarily lining it up with that. But I am, because I know that's disproportionate on the set. But I do think that, like, the position of the chest armor, where, like, you know, where Hulk's head is where the shoulder armor, not the shoulder plating, but the part around the Hulkbuster's head that turns into the chest.
I realize I don't care about this conversation. You're right. I'm not gonna fight it. Let's move on.
All right, so I also got the new Sanctum Sanctorum Showdown set from Infinity War.
How do you feel about the inside?
The inside, I've heard a lot of criticism about the inside and how like it feels very hollow, kind of empty. I can see that. I personally don't really mind it too much because I like all the details that they did put. Like I like the set for what it is. And while a little bit more would definitely be nice, I still just really like the set. I could plus I don't know, personally I could see myself adding on to it myself, my own parts, or I don't know. But as a neat little like play set and something to like a set piece set, it's pretty decent.
How do you like the Spider-Man figure?
I don't really like it that much.
Really?
It's not bad, but it doesn't beat the Homecoming figure.
Is there a better picture of it anywhere? Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I'll see if I can pull one up.
But actually asked an interesting question. It doesn't. Prentice asked if it's modular. It doesn't look like it is, from what I can see.
It kind of is. Like, I don't know if it's necessarily compatible.
Classify as modular?
Honestly, I would just say if it has like those little pins on the bottom that connects.
It has the pins on the sides.
Okay, then
so that you could connect it to like other buildings.
Yeah. It is then.
Okay.
Is it a scale though with like the other modular buildings in terms of the height?
I mean, it's a minifigure scale, so it's fine. If it's a building that looks to scale with the minifigures, it should work. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess to me it looks a little smaller than the minifigures. Like I guess maybe I'm just thinking like in terms of the movie and stuff.
It is. I mean, yeah, it's definitely smaller than like how it should be.
But all right, fair enough. I haven't seen it.
I'll get back to you guys on that whenever I do pick up a modular building set. Aside from this, of course.
Okay.
Well.
But hold on.
I think it's okay. I don't know. It's a little on the smaller end for my taste.
It does feel small. It doesn't feel like a $100 set.
Yeah, if I was gonna get like a modular building, I would want something that looks a little more substantial. I already own like a creator set that looks just like this, pretty much. It's the exact same thing where it's like it's got the clamshell design where you can open it up and stuff. So, for me, this is another one of those Marvel sets that you would only get for the minifigures. IMO.
And if you are not liking the Iron Spider minifigure.
Yeah, it's not a bad figure. I am glad to.
By the way, confirms Iron Spider right there. Spoilers, but he's got the legs and everything on the back of his costume.
Yeah, that was the thing that surprised me the most. Like I thought they were going to combine them, but the legs are a huge deal.
That's a huge thing. That's definitely the Iron Spider outfit. There's a lot of contention from a lot of people that was like, "Oh, that's not the Iron Spider outfit. It's just it's this Tony Stark suit." Nope, that's definitely the Iron Spider suit.
Yeah, it was even confirmed in a magazine recently that it's literally called Iron Spider. So
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The thing is, my opinions on the suit design aside, I think this minifigure could have been pulled off a lot better. Like the legs, for instance, they didn't do the dual molding thing. They did that weird thing they did for the old Comic-Con minifigs where they they have a monotone mold with blue printing over it, and it looks odd.
I realized. Yeah, sorry. I was looking at a photo that I looked up a photo of it, and it turns out I think this is a custom one. So I'm gonna see if I can get your photo.
Yeah. So my photo. See, if you look on the side, it's not blue.
Yeah. So that's way different from the image I was showing earlier. My bad, guys.
So on the Homecoming figure, they didn't do this. It was dual molded. So it's kind of interesting that they kind of took a step back here. Like you would think, well, it's the upgraded suit. They're gonna try and make it look better, but yeah.
No, I totally get that. For the longest time, we talked about how the Spider-Man figures, they were, for whatever reason, they were on a blue minifigure body, and so when you print the red on top of him, it ends up looking like darker pinkish, and so basically like the red on the blue on red is way better than red on blue. When you print those colors out, that's how it turns out. But I do find it very odd that they decided not to go with the dual mold. And they decided to go with red instead of blue too, like in terms of, because I feel like when I think of Spider-Man's legs, I in my head I'm like they're definitely more blue than they are red. So dual molding is a great way to go. But like if you have to go with one color, why would you go with red instead of blue?
I mean,
yeah, it looks pretty ugly. Another problem I have with it is that it almost looks like the exact same figure, aside from like, they changed the spider and they added some gold, but if you actually look at the suit from like the trailers and stuff, like it looks way different. It's more metallic. The red is more of like a maroon color. The webs are not really that prominent. Like they're there, but they shouldn't really pop out like this, like how they would on the Homecoming suit. I don't know. And
I don't know. I think the webbing's pretty accurate. But I don't know. We've had the conversation about like the blue versus red minifigure a lot before, and I still don't really know how I feel about it. Honestly, I tend to prefer the red Spider-Man figures more than the blue ones. So.
Yeah, I think it looks like Spider-Man.
I think everyone does. Is there someone who doesn't? What do you mean by the red Spider-Man figures instead of the blue ones?
Like the ones with the red torso?
Are you not saying that you want him to be more primarily blue?
No, I was talking about the legs. And so in the Iron Spider that Ven posted, the top half of the legs is not blue, and you can dual mold the legs, so half of it should be blue, half of it should be red. Like in this over.
Here, let me get a better picture of that.
Yeah. So, if the old Spider-Man Homecoming minifigure, that one was dual molded. So half of it was blue, half of it was red.
Oh, I see. I got you.
That's the only thing I'm talking about. I think it's way better red. I was actually complaining for the longest time about how the Spider-Man torso used to be blue, and I hated that because it would make it look terrible.
Look at that. Look at that. It's like
he's wearing a blue diaper.
Yeah, it's got a blue diaper or like a blue apron in the front or something. It's weird.
Yeah, no, that is weird.
Okay.
It's
weird.
no bueno.
Yeah.
That's it though. I love the Doctor Strange minifigure. It looks really good. I never got the original Doctor Strange set, so that was part of the reason why I got this one. And I figured this one was a little bit more iconic. Like it's got a lot more references to Marvel stuff. Like it's got Peter's apartment, and there's like these little things in there. There's like a little drawing of the Homecoming suit, stuff like that. I just really appreciate that they threw into the set. And the Sanctum Sanctorum has some pretty nice little details too. There's like a portal that you can see that leads to what looks to be the outside of the set.
I found I don't know. I don't think this is not official art, but it's it's a better drawn version of what we saw in the trailer, and there's not a lot of good screenshots from the trailer that I could find. But this is an image of the new Iron Spider outfit that I feel like kind of pretty accurately captures what it looks like from that trailer. And
aside from it looking like cloth instead of metal.
Yeah. That's my thing. I don't know how they would capture it, but I just wish this did look more metallic.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Somehow, I don't know. Or at least give it like
I understand
the darker shade.
I understand what you're coming from, but like even Iron Man's stuff doesn't really look all too
it's not metallic, and that's why I know. But
I feel
that's why I said like at least the darker tone
they
red.
could have had. Yeah, the darker red.
Yeah, they could have done the dark red.
Yeah,
the comment was made about how this set is not too bad of a value, though. I don't know. I feel like
I think it's kind of bad.
I feel like it's kind of bad too. Like at $100, getting 1,000 pieces. I mean, like it's not the worst. I mean, even the Hulkbuster had a really bad value. I'm happy with that set, but like it had a really bad value too.
I feel like this set should have been $20 cheaper.